Normally, I don't care whether a movie plays, as we say, fast and they don't all play fast and loose the same way. To me, Argo represented the mood completely, and they changed some facts. It doesn't really matter. The torture debate is happening right now, and it matters going forward. And this movie is being seen and pushed as a documentary, as this is what happened. We were given this special access, and look at this this is the historical record. And when you get something significantly wrong or misleading about something that we really ought to be having and there only ought to be one decision about it, a national debate about whether we ought to torture people. Look, if that hurts the movie, that ends up being okay with me in this case.
And of course, the thing about the Academy Awards,
and I loved it.
We were forced to spend so much of the year preparing for this and predicting this, and then now the nominations come out, and we're going to spend the next month talking about it, and what does it mean, and who's ahead, and who's behind, and then the award's going to get given out, and then we will all forget who won them.
I often forget.
Every year this happens. Who won Best Supporting Actress last year?
I was about to ask you the exact same fucking question. Who won Best Supporting Actress last year? What won Best Picture last year? Oh,
Artist.
what's her face?
The artist.
Did Berenice Bejo win for the artist?
No.
Right, we'll look it up now. Please talk amongst yourselves. Also, can I talk about what I'm shocked about? The Moonrise Kingdom only got a screenplay
This is what I feel like.
Weird shit happened today.
This is the thing people complain about every year, and now I'm going to be one of those people when I complain about the complaints. But to me, this year, for some reason, the Academy felt old. Like when I looked at it, this felt like this.
But Beast of Southern Wild is a cool,
Beast
fun,
of Southern Wild.
strange
Yes,
pick.
Amour is not the kind of movie they would usually go for. Usually, winning the Palme d'Or at Cannes is not
only the
help at all.
ninth foreign language movie ever nominated for Best Picture.
I mean, granted, it is about old people, but it's still a tough sit, and it's a challenging film.
No, I just mean, but partly it's the controversy. It's the idea that the movies that people are talking about, like that to me, like there's an older way a comfortable way of thinking.
Octavia Spencer.
Thank you. See,
It's all in there somewhere.
To your point about the voting seeming old this year, I think you're going to hear a lot of people say there'll be a lot of debate about the cock-up with the e-voting. And so that the old guys who don't even have computers and sent their mail in, those votes got overrepresented, and the younger people who would be online
didn't bother,
couldn't get through, didn't bother, didn't get counted.
So it's a reverse butterfly ballot.
But if you have a chance to vote for it's not like, I got it if it's the broadcast
I'm not saying I believe
critics.
it. I'm saying that there's going to be people saying that.
But you play that game all day and drive yourself mad. I mean, we did a whole story about did the online balloting hurt it? I mean, we heard all different kinds of stories of I had no problem, or it was a pain in the ass, and it didn't matter what your age was.
I think that what's going to happen is, depending on how things shake out, and especially if Amour wins, or something that seems that it would really appeal to an older demo, you're going to get levels of rumors like what happened with Marissa Tomei. It'll be one of those things that for years people are going to say, oh, it's because they screwed this up, and
that was that year.
Lincoln appeals to an older demo. Lincoln is really safe.
God, I'm so glad Marissa Tomei won. She's so good, and it's so good, and so was the right call. She's great. Like there should be, but there should be. She should have won, and there should be 13 other people like her who've won.
She was great, but that was a competitive year, though.
So I want to point out one movie that I thought really got snubbed out of Best Picture, because we haven't really talked about that. Is they expanded the field possibly to 10 every year. They've said a few years back.
This was 9.
This was only 9 this year, and to me the most conspicuous one that was passed over is Skyfall.
Yeah.
I was really shocked.
The Master.
If the idea was
the Master didn't get Best Picture either.
But if the idea was
Master's
to expand,
not over yet.
He's
still on the boat.
If the idea was to expand that category to fit in more popcorn movies, that doesn't
Skyfall
necessarily
seems
seem.
like
That seems like it would be. It was a film that was critically praised. It was a hit, and it was it seems like it would fit the bill
And
for
I'd love to have seen that.
the District 9 spot.
It's Sam Mendes and Daniel Craig and
Judi Dench,
Javier Bardem and Ray Fiennes. Like all of a sudden, this is a real cast with a Bond film, and it's the 50th anniversary of Bond. I mean, it would be perfect to celebrate that at the Academy.
They're doing the big Bond thing in the show.
Yeah.
But you guys, it did get 5 nominations. My pal Roger Deakins got nominated. It got score. It got Adele's
When they announced that, I was thinking of you.
Oh, I love him so much. Maybe he wins this year finally. And then sound editing and sound mixing.
I think this is actually a year where we see the studios come back. I think I don't have the numbers, but I'm thinking that the studios seem to be making a stronger showing. They seem to be interested in being back in the Oscar movie business again.
Well, I mean, Lincoln is Disney and Fox. Left Pie
And
is
DreamWorks.
Fox. Les Mis is Universal. Silver Linings is Weinstein.
Any other big surprise inclusions? I would say
Well,
Joaquin Phoenix was somewhat of a surprise.
Yeah,
Everybody
Yeah,
written him
he
off.
didn't want that carrot. Well, now he has that carrot.
Everybody wanted, right.
Also-
everybody
Maybe that's
wrote
the
him
new
off.
strategy. That's how
Wait,
you
I don't want it.
He didn't want.
That was his quote. He thought the Oscars were bullshit.
Oh.
He was like, I don't want that carrot dangled in front of me,
Right.
but he got nominated anyway. The Dark Knight Rises got not a single thing.
It's not. It wasn't good.
But no, it's interesting though. Its predecessor.
I mean, it wasn't
got,
great.
No, I mean, no. And we all know how we feel about this film on the show. But its predecessor, the reason that they expanded the Best Picture category to potentially 10 was because of The Dark Knight Rises, which got 8 nominations and won 2. So
Right.
this got nothing. Like not
And
even
Avengers
technical
got
things
Avengers got 1.
for
I'm
visual
just surprised
effects.
that they didn't
Well,
sort of
you-
take advantage. It goes to Matt's point about Skyfall. I mean, Skyfall seems to me to be the perfect
But when you
movie.
when you bring up the avoidance of controversy, if there's one movie that's not going to get nominated, especially at the time the voting is happening, they've started the inquest in Colorado. It's going to be Dark Knight Rises. The last thing the Academy wants is people thinking about that during their big show every year.
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's
maybe. I just think it
coincidental
wasn't. I just I don't think it was good.
Nothing for Cloud Atlas. Not even
Nothing for Cloud Atlas,
nothing in the tech
nothing.
categories even.
That bad.
Only 3 things
like
for
that. Was
The
out this
Hobbit. I know, right?
Shockingly, nothing for Battleship.
But Snow White and Huntsman got 2 nominations.
Mirror, Mirror got an Academy
really-
Award
Right.
nominated.
I really
Mirror,
am-
Mirror.
I feel bad for some reason for someone I don't. I feel bad for Ben Affleck. Like I just think
He'll be okay.
he'll be fine.
He'll
because
get nominated someday,
He's-
don't you think?
I think he'll
He's
win.
fine.
He's fine, but I mean, he really should have. This movie is
Yeah.
great. And I don't know what it is about that people saw this and thought that it looked like a great made-for-TV movie or something, but it didn't seem. Because I just think it's sensational.
Well,
And-
as our colleague Chuck Wilson said, he is now welcome into the Barbra Streisand pantheon.
totally, yeah. I thought it was. I thought he was going to win. So that
Anything else?
seems really unlikely.
He's
now.
already got an Oscar. Let me just remind
That's right.
you. And he's married to Jennifer Garner.
That
he's
and
fine.
you mentioned it. That
Anything
best
cool,
supporting
Vic?
actor category is loaded. It's got 5 previous winners. 4 of them winners for best supporting actor. I don't know
Alan
whether-
Arkin, Robert De Niro,
Christoph Waltz.
Tommy Lee Jones and Christoph Waltz,
they've all
and
won supporting.
then Hoffman has the
He is
best
best
actor.
actor. Anything else we were really happy to see today?
My favorite film of the year, How to Survive a Plague, is up for
Yeah.
best
That got
documentary. It's on
nominated.
Netflix Instant. Watch it. Damn
A lot
it.
of good documentaries.
Very good documentary year. The Simpsons short is up for Best Animated Short.
Oh, okay.
Longest Daycare, which was the highlight of having to go see that shitty Ice Age movie last year. And Paper Man, is that what it's called?
Yeah, before Wreck-It Ralph.
Which was adorable. Oh,
Wreck-It Ralph got nominated.
and all 5 animated features, I think, are really good ones this year.
Yeah, they
all
are
5
good.
nominees.
My kid loved Pirates, Band, and Misfits.
Pirates was
So
fun.
cute.
I
I was
loved
kinda surprised that one
Paranorman. I loved
made it.
Frankenweenie,
Frankenweenie's
Wreck-It
good, of
Ralph.
course.
It's a
Yeah.
strong batch.
Anything else that's good or weird about?
And
No
yay-
Endowed.
No
sadly.
Endowed
I
for
would have liked to
Compliance
have
Boo.
seen
But
that.
yay, Emmanuel Riva.
Yeah.
And Michael Hanukkah. You know, who thought that was going to,
Yeah, it's nice for those guys. It's just that Ben Affleck should have got nominated. And I think that I think the Golden Globes will be enormously entertaining this Sunday.
I think the LA Film Critics Dinner is going to be enormously
Yes.
entertaining on Saturday night. I get to introduce Jennifer Lawrence.
You do really?
I do, yeah. I
very
get to have
nice.
dinner with her and introduce her and give her her award.
Oh, nice.
I'm presenting to Leos Carax in absentia.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Less exciting.
Probably
slightly,
so.
I'm just saying.
I think so. Yeah.
Hollywood's biggest night is what? February 23rd?
Emmanuel Riva's birthday.
Is it really?
Yes, it All is. right.
She'll be 86.
She'll be
Did you
86.
just know off the top of your head?
No, somebody told me.
Oh, I was going to say, you're good.
Make someone happy.
All right. Bye. Thank you.